A few years ago, almost every new Barndominium had the same familiar look. A traditional gable roof. Today, that's changing. Drive through new Barndominium communities or rural properties in 2026, and you'll notice a completely different roofline taking over. One long, clean slope. No peak, no ridge. Just a bold, modern design that's impossible to ignore. At first, it looks like a style choice. But the real reason so many builders are switching has very little to do with appearance. It can simplify construction, lower costs, improve drainage, and create bright, open interiors, all with one simple design change. So why are single-slope Barndominiums becoming one of the fastest-growing trends of 2026? Today, we're uncovering what's driving the shift, the hidden advantages builders don't always mention, and whether this modern roof design is actually worth it. By the end of this video, you'll know why so many homeowners are choosing a single-slope Barndominium, and whether it could be the right choice for your next build. CTA, before we go any further, welcome to Barndo Dreams, the channel where we break down Barndominium living without the sales pitch. No contractor upsells, no inflated claims, and no just trust me advice. Just honest insights, real numbers, and practical ideas to help you build smarter. If that's the kind of content you're looking for, subscribe, like this video, and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. First, the basics. A single slope roof, also called a shed roof or skill-ion roof, is exactly what it sounds like. One continuous roof plane that's slammed from a taller wall down to a shorter one. No ridge, no valleys, no complicated framing intersections. It's the opposite of the traditional gambrel roof most people associate with barn-style homes. For decades, single-slope roofs were mostly reserved for garages, sheds, and home additions. Today, they're showing up as the primary roofline on full-size, single-family Barndominiums, and builders are treating them as a serious architectural choice rather than a budget shortcut. Now here's where we do what this channel actually exists to do, the honest numbers. Nationally in 2026, a finished Barndominium is landing somewhere around $150 to $300+ per square foot, depending on your region, finish level, and site conditions, with some broader national averages closer to a $65 to $200 range once you account for simpler regional builds. A commonly cited national average total project cost sits around $230,000, with typical finished projects ranging from roughly $112,800 on the low end up to $504,000 or more for larger, higher finish builds. Where does single slope actually save you money? Mostly in the shell. Simpler framing, fewer roof intersections, and less specialized labor can shave real dollars off the structural phase. But, and this is the part nobody selling you a kit wants to emphasize, the roof style is a small slice of your total budget. Foundation, utilities, HVAC, insulation, plumbing, electrical, and interior finish still make up the bulk of the cost, regardless of what shape is over your head. A single slope roof can trim your framing bill. It will not turn a $300,000 build into a $150,000 one. If you're pricing shell-only kits in this style, quotes are showing up from roughly $70,000 for a mid-sized footprint. But remember, that number is structure only. No foundation, no insulation, no finished interior. Treat any bare shell price as the beginning of your budget conversation, not the end of it. Let's talk about what's actually holding this roof together, because material choice matters more here than on a traditional pitched roof. Metal dominates single-slope construction, and for good reason. Steel and aluminum panels handle the seamless, uninterrupted surface of a shed roof better than shingles do, and they hold up well against the concentrated water flow this design produces. Many galvanized metal roofing systems on Barndominiums today carry warranties in the 40 to 50-year range, which matters when you're comparing this to asphalt shingles that typically need replacement within 20 to 30 years. Reflective or light-colored metal coatings are also worth a serious look if you're building somewhere hot. Reflective roofing surfaces can meaningfully reduce heat absorption into the structure, which translates into lower cooling costs during summer months. A detail that matters even more on a single-slope design, since you often have less attic buffer between the roof deck and your living space compared to a traditional gable roof. Thermal expansion is a smaller, less talked about consideration. Metal panels expand and contract with temperature swings, and on a long, unbroken single slope surface. That movement is more noticeable than on a broken up roofline. Proper fastening and flexible seams handle this without issue, but it's a detail your builder should already be accounting for, and worth asking about directly if they aren't. Now, if you're thinking about actually building one of these, stick around, because the next section covers the mistakes we keep seeing buyers make with this exact roof style, and one of them can genuinely cost you thousands in avoidable repairs. The single slope design opens up a specific design opportunity most buyers don't think about until they're already deep into planning: the tall wall. Because one side of the structure is significantly taller than the other, that elevated wall is prime real estate for oversized windows, clear-story glazing, or a full wall of glass. Builders are leaning into this for natural light and for what's often called the great room effect: tall, open, dramatic ceilings without the cost of a full second story. That height differential also affects interior layout. Bedrooms and utility spaces tend to work better on the shorter wall side, while living areas, kitchens, and primary suites often get placed under the tall wall to take advantage of the volume and light. If you're working with a designer, this is worth flagging early, because retrofitting window placement after framing is an expensive lesson to learn. Attic space is another honest trade-off. Unlike a gambrel or gable roof, a single slope design doesn't naturally create a usable attic cavity, which means less built-in storage and, in some cases, more complex insulation planning, since you're often insulating directly against the roof deck rather than a traditional attic space. That's not a deal breaker, but it is something buyers coming from a traditional attic mindset need to plan for up front, not discover during move-in. Here are the mistakes we see most often with this style specifically. Mistake 1. Underestimating drainage on the low side. Every drop of water and every bit of melting snow from that entire roof plane funnels to one gutter line. Undersized gutters or poorly planned grading on that side is one of the most common and most preventable issues single slope owners run into within the first year or two. Mistake 2. Skipping wind engineering. A large, unbroken roof surface can catch more wind load than a broken up multi-plane roof, particularly in open rural areas without windbreaks. This isn't a reason to avoid the style, but it is a reason to make sure your engineer is specifically accounting for local wind data, not just applying a generic residential spec. Mistake 3. Ignoring local code and HOA restrictions. Some jurisdictions still treat single slope, shed-style roof lines as non-conforming for residential zoning, particularly outside dedicated rural or agricultural districts. Confirm this before you fall in love with a floor plan. Mistake 4. Pricing the kit and forgetting the rest. We said it above, but it's worth repeating here because it's the single most common regret we hear about. The shell price is not the project price. If you're seriously considering this roofline, a few planning questions are worth answering before you talk to a builder. What's your regional snow and wind load? And does your chosen pitch actually match it? Most single slope builds fall somewhere between a 312 and 612 pitch, and steeper isn't automatically better. It's a balance between runoff performance and material cost. Are you planning for solar now or later? Because orienting that tall wall and roof plane toward true south, if you're in the northern hemisphere, can meaningfully change your future energy output. And finally, who is managing your drainage design? Because on this roofline, that single decision affects your foundation's long-term health more than almost any other structural choice you'll make. One more planning note worth flagging. Not every lender and appraiser is equally familiar with Barndominiums in general, and single slope design specifically can sometimes draw extra scrutiny during appraisal simply because comparable sales in your area may be thinner than for a traditional gable roof home. It doesn't mean financing is harder. Barndominiums as a category continue to hold value reasonably well, but it's worth having that conversation with your lender early rather than assuming your appraisal will move as smoothly as a conventional stick-built home. So, is the single slope Barndominium actually taking over in 2026, or is it just having a viral moment? Based on what we're seeing in build data, kit pricing, and buyer inquiries, this isn't a passing trend. It's a genuine shift toward faster, simpler, more energy-conscious construction. But like every style in this space, it comes with real trade-offs, not just a prettier roofline. If this kind of honest breakdown is useful to you, subscribe so you don't miss the next one. And speaking of which, in our next episode we're going inside an actual finished build, inside the ultimate U-shaped single-slope Barndominium of 2026. We're walking the full layout, breaking down what it actually cost to build, and showing you exactly where the money went. You will not want to miss it. See you there.